0, 9. This thing's going about a mile a second.
Hi everybody, thank you for tuning in and for watching this check of the First Alert forecast from the First Alert desk. Appreciate you tuning in on this rather cold Wednesday evening. Now that we're past sunset, the sky is clearing from northwest to south and east. We're really starting to see those temperatures tumble across North Georgia, including Metro Atlanta. If this is your first time watching, I'm Atlanta News First Alert meteorologist Cutter Martin, and we are tracking more in the way of cold air in the forecast. Again, right now, temperatures back in the low to mid 40s in Atlanta, and even colder off to the north and to the northeast. Notice Gainesville 42. And you have Blairsville 37, Canton, Cherokee County, a cold spot at 39 degrees, actually up to 40 degrees now. 37 though in Carrollton. So a cold start. Temperatures continuing to tumble across North Georgia. So keep that in mind if you have evening plans. Maybe you work the third shift, you're about to head into the office, so to speak. Temperatures are cold and becoming even colder. In fact, hour by hour, notice how we are forecasting temperatures to really drop off here over the next 5 to 6 hours. By midnight, within the next 3 to 4 hours, I think most in the mid to upper 30s. 33, 5 a.m., 7 a.m., 32. We are forecasting a freeze inside of the perimeter. City of Atlanta back up to 37 by 9 a.m. Lots of sunshine tomorrow, more than what we had today. With cold air really entrenched in our forecast, fully settled in by that point. A brisk wind blowing also, so it will feel colder out the door tomorrow morning, even colder than what the thermometer reads. I want to remind you we are streaming across many platforms. We can talk on a couple of them, converse back and forth, chat weather. Atlanta News First on Facebook, which you're seeing on your screen right now. Also on YouTube, the best two places to ask your weather questions, comments, concerns. Michael Baxter, good evening to you. Thanks for tuning in, for watching, and for watching on Atlanta News First, the Facebook page. And again, also watching YouTube, monitoring that feed. Right now we don't have any questions coming in, but if you do have a weather question during this broadcast, this weather conversation, would love to hear it. Also, you can always find me, as the banner says, Cutter Martin, Cuttermartin. You can just search that on social media, whether it be Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and I'll be there to answer any questions, during severe weather, but also on our nice sunny weather days here across North Georgia. And a reminder, Ella Dorsey, Rodney Harris, Courtney Jacobazzi, Fred Campagna, Jennifer Valdez, all here to do the same. Back to that forecast, temperature is cooling pretty quickly here over the next several hours. And I do think that low temperatures are kind of the story, actual thermometer temperatures in the low to mid 30s. But look at what it will feel like out the door in the morning. Feeling like 26 at 5 a.m. This is in Atlanta. Feeling like 25 at 7 a.m. Feels like 30 at 9 a.m. And even though actual temperatures approach the mid to upper 40s tomorrow afternoon, 2, 3, 4 p.m., with the wind factored in, it is going to feel like the low to mid 40s. So it will feel consistently colder than what the thermometer reads through the day. Important to keep that in mind. That's, of course, what we're going to be dressing for on our Thursday. Freezing start, feeling even colder with the wind, and it's a cold day. Again, feeling even colder with the wind, even into the afternoon hours. But back to those actual thermometer temperatures, here's where we top out tomorrow afternoon, mid to upper 40s, 45 in Smyrna, Estelle 46, Douglasville 46, 48 in the city of South Fulton, 49 East Point, upper 40s inside the perimeter, Decatur as well, but mid 40s on the north side, Alpharetta and Sandy Springs. Sunshine rules the first alert forecast tomorrow. The most sun we've had in days. In fact, it could be crystal clear tomorrow. Hard to find a single cloud through the afternoon as cold, dry air settles into the southeast, North Georgia, and metro Atlanta. So keep that jacket around tomorrow. You'll need it on the way out of the office tomorrow afternoon. And tomorrow evening is going to be very cold. Of course, we have a cold afternoon, and the skies forecast to remain clear. That wind lightens up a bit. The air is very dry. So all of those variables, those factors, will have us back down well below freezing for most of us and back down to around 30 in Atlanta for Friday morning. So a freezing start. Near freezing Saturday morning, near freezing Sunday morning. Monday morning, after another push of cold air, looking even colder. Temperatures back in the upper 20s, lower 30s around metro Atlanta. And then we're back in the mid to upper 30s Tuesday morning. It might only fall to 40 or so next Wednesday morning as more clouds and moisture return to the forecast. So some changes on the way, but it's going to take some time. Definitely cold weather kind of ruling that first alert forecast for the next several days, but some changes as we get into the middle of next week. We're going to have a little bit more in the way of cloud cover, slight rain chance creeping in Tuesday to Wednesday. And Tuesday's still chilly, but you might notice a little bit more of a comfortable trend in that forecast as we get into the middle of next week, Wednesday. And on that note, I wanted to let you know that we are tracking changes in that extended forecast. Looking likely that a storm system will impact parts of the south and the southeast for our Thanksgiving. So a heads up, we're going to be watching the potential for rainy holiday weather. There's the first alert. If data continues to trend wetter, we will be adding that to the forecast. An official first alert, just a heads up from the first alert weather team that weather could impact your routine or your rituals of the holiday, and in this case also could impact travel. Here is a look at just one run of one forecast model that we pay attention to in the Weather Center. This is next Wednesday. We're dry, but notice how we have some of that energy hanging back to the south and west. We have some storminess here trying to get going over Texas. Keep an eye on this area. Watch what happens as we get into next week. An area of low pressure forecast to develop, and that'll spread rain showers and some thunderstorms back into much of the southern plains. And this particular forecast model just a little bit drier as it looks like we're still getting some of the data in right now. Maybe why it's not showing as much rain and winter weather activity. But what I will say is that forecast models are indicating there could be an impactful system, southern plains impacting the airport hubs there, up into the Midwest, the Ohio, Mississippi River valleys, and could spread rain showers and thunderstorms back into our forecast as we get into especially Thanksgiving Day into Black Friday. Already, though, some changes ahead of that system. You see that minor warm-up Tuesday into Wednesday. That's ahead of the next system as winds turn a little bit more southerly, and that could bring, of course, slightly warmer conditions, especially overnights. Mornings will be in the 40s and upper 30s versus the upper 20s and 30s. In fact, I have another forecast graphic for you. This will lay out the forecast low temperatures over the next several days. You can see that kind of climb in temperatures after several days of temperatures near or below freezing. Notice how for the low on next Tuesday, 36, it's still cold, but a little warmer, and a forecast low of 40 next Wednesday morning. Not as chilly, and that's to be expected as winds turn a little more southerly. We have more moisture moving in, more clouds moving in, and then eventually an increasing chance of showers and thunderstorms as we approach the new holiday. Doesn't look like we have too many questions streaming in on the platforms out there, YouTube, Facebook, monitoring those. Pretty quiet out there. I think we have driven home the fact that it is chilly out this evening, and the cold air will continue to spread deeper into the North Georgia area, metro Atlanta. Freeze, Gardner is likely tomorrow morning. Could be the first official freeze. In fact, it's forecast to be at the Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. So just stay tuned to the forecast as we await clarity on that Thanksgiving system. A reminder, we'll be back on TV at 9 p.m. With your First Alert forecast. Atlanta News First, a 10 p.m. hour, joined by First Alert meteorologist Fred Campagna. He'll walk you through some of that new late evening data coming in during the 11 p.m. half hour as well. So have a wonderful rest of your evening. Going to leave you with a beautiful live look at Midtown Atlanta. Clear but cold out there now. Bundle up for that last dog walk of the evening. We're back on TV and in our apps with your forecast starting at 9 p.m.